Oh my God, stop. It sounds like you're faking it. Stop it. Stop. Guys, I got to tell you, when I am in the state of North Carolina, I wear the baby full time. Full time. Always wearing the baby because this state is not a friendly place for a man-sized woman to wander around. It's not. I wear the baby so people know that I was born female, you know? Otherwise, it's just a bunch of hillbillies looking me up and down. Like, does that dude have a dick or a clit? What do you think he likes to be called? You know? Just so you know, I mean, I did birth this baby, so I do have a clit, in case you were curious. But if in your head you guessed dick, then you're still half right, y'all. It's a really big clit. It is. I could definitely penetrate a man with this thing, is what I'm telling you. Right? It wouldn't be easy. I'd have to give it the old thumb splint. I might be pushing the rope, but I get in there. Don't cough, baby. Hold still. Just. And my baby is a boy, guys. I had a little boy. And that means for the 9 months that I was pregnant, technically, I had 2 tiny penises. It's more than you, sir. Right? Everywhere I went, I had the most dicks in the room. Oh, I miss that. I do. I miss that. Oh, good. We're going for the mic. We're only 2 jokes in. 2 jokes. I got him a special necklace to try and distract him. And he is chewing on it and still wants the microphone. I did good here, though, right? This is a cute baby. I made him myself. I was really glad when I found out I was having a boy. I wanted to have a boy because I don't want to have a daughter and internet in my home at the same time. You don't need it, right? It's too much pressure because I know when I was a kid, I was very ignorant when it came to my body. You know, everything I learned from the insert in my mom's tampon box, and I thought they went in my butt. So nothing, right? Nothing. I was safe because I was ignorant. And thank God, because I think of myself as a child, and if I had known I had an indoors down here, man, I would have been just full of candy and pennies all the time. Just Legos, Matchbox cars. Anything I didn't want to share with my brothers would have gone right up my secret pocket. I probably would have been that weird kid on the lunch line at school trying to shake my cake change out. Just, I need another nickel. Just one more nickel. I gotta tell you, it's very distracting trying to do stand-up while a baby's pulling on your microphone. This is what it's like doing everything as a mother, though. I'm a single mom, and everything I do, the baby's touching me. He sits on my lap while I go potty because otherwise he screams, and when he screams, my butt goes on lockdown. I think seriously, people are like, it's fine, just let him cry for a minute. I'm like, I literally cannot squeeze anything through that asshole if he is crying. Like, it's not happening. Now he wants to nurse. Cool. I'm going to give him a titty, guys. Nobody freak out. There we go. Now he's a happy baby. Like, the grown-ups are clapping. The young couple up front are like, this is bullshit. I did not come here for this shit. Like, this is a middle-aged woman titty. How is he supposed to get a boner later? He'll be fine. Men are disgusting. God, you can show them your butt crack or anybody's butt crack and they're happy. I don't know where I'm going with this, sir, but it's awkward for me too, okay? It is. Breastfeeding in public is awkward. I didn't think I was going to be awkward about it. I thought I was going to be one of those badass hippie mamas that was just whipping my titty out at Starbucks. You know, staring down teenagers like, make it awkward. I fucking dare you. It's not the case. I think maybe if I had little titties, I'd be braver about it, but I feel like my titties have their own personalities. Like, I whoop one out and it just goes where it wants to go, and I'm like, excuse her, I'm sorry. Can't trust her. Right? He likes to play with them. He likes to squeeze them and look at me in the eye like, you like that shit? No! Ugh. The other day I had him in the bathtub and I was cleaning his penis and he reached up and held my hair back. And wasn't awkward at all. Oh. Do you have children, ma'am? How old are you? 28. Oh, that is sweet. Are you ever going to have kids? There's probably not. She's like, no, I'm going to keep my vagina in original condition, you stupid bitch. You blew yours out, idiot. I'm doing Kegels right now. And break a man's arm with this thing. There's things that they don't tell you about having children. They don't tell you that someday, statistically speaking, your baby is going to poop while you're changing him. And that sounds gross, I know, but you don't know. There's layers of that panic, right? Because first you see the poop, but then you instinctually, involuntarily attempt to catch it with your own bare hand. The fuck kind of instinct is that? Quick, hold it in. What? No. God, it's a dressing table. Your hormones get all crazy. I have a full beard now. It's not even like a good beard. Like I can't sit and stroke it or anything. You can only see it in just the right light. I got a hair growing out of one of my nipples. I don't know what the fuck that's about. Just one. One lonesome hair. That's coming. That's your future, whether you have kids or not. She's like, no, it's not. You're gross. No, fuck you. It's happening. It's called time, and you can't stop it. It's happening. I gotta say, I know that having a daughter could be really stressful, but I think the thing you gotta watch out for when you have a son is you just have to assume that everything you own has had a dick on it, right? Because that's what boys do when you're not around. They're humping your couch pillows. They are touching their dick to the cabinet handles to see if it's cold. Ooh. You know, and I can't even blame them. If I had a dick, I'd be a menace. I would. This whole front row would have a dick-shaped bruise on their face right now. I'd be going into fancy restaurants, putting it on people's napkins, waiting for them to touch it when they reach for their fork. Ha! Gotcha! You touched it. It's yours now. Ha ha. Guys, I'm a terrible person. I am. I'm a horrible person. Like, I'm a decent mom, I guess. Like, I mean, he hasn't eaten anything poisonous yet or anything like that. But I'm not a nice person. I'm not. Like, I have this great baby, and I have so many friends that have babies the same age, and they're like, well, maybe they'll date one day. And I'm like, yeah, fat chance, bald spot. Like, get your alien-looking baby away from my gorgeous child. Like, I'm the kind of asshole that screenshots other people's pictures on Facebook and texts them to my friends like, look at this ugly baby. Does it not look like it got squished a little too much on the way out? It's not nice. I just had a moment just now where I was like, it's going to get too real, and then when my friends see this, they're going to know which babies I'm talking about. Does this look crazy with the titty out? Because I feel like my boob is boob white, you know what I mean? Like, I'm already a pale white chick, but the boob's never seen the light of day. I've never been a bikini wearer, you know? I'm a t-shirt over my bathing suit kind of gal, so is it just glowing surreally? Like, this lady's like, yup. It's fucking with me real bad. Look, this is a comedy experiment, ma'am. Okay, so look, this is what happens when you're a fucking single mom. Here's the deal, guys. I didn't think I even wanted to be a mom. I didn't think that was going to be my jam. People used to ask me, they'd be like, when are you going to have a baby? You better hurry up. Your eggs are going to go bad. When are you going to do it? And I was like, probably never. I don't even like to poop. I sweat when I got to push. I'm not an athlete. And then I found out I wanted to have a baby because I got pregnant by accident. I know, and I ended up having a miscarriage. Don't be sad, though. The dude who knocked me up was a redhead. I dodged a bullet there. You ever seen a ginger with their top off? You can see everything. You're like, is that your esophagus, sir? Fuck. Like a human jellyfish. You just want to poke them with a stick and be like, get back in the sea, you creature. God. Ugh. It was redheaded men anyway. Men love redheaded women. They say it's because they have such pink pussies. And I'm like, they don't have pinker pussies. They have high contrast. All white ladies have pink pussies. If you find a white lady with a purple pussy, throw her away. She's gone bad. You have to be very careful eating seafood at room temperature, y'all. You gotta be careful. Guys, I'm old for a new mom. I'm 38 years old, which is old to have a baby. And having a baby makes you look even more old because you never fucking sleep. Like, there is no sleeping in my life. And I know from far away I probably look like a sad potato, right? Right? He was like, oh my God, I was trying to put words to it. And yes. But if you get close, it's weird. I have like a highly textured look now, like somewhat like a baby dragon or a golden raisin. It's like I'm dry and yet overly moist at the same time. It's horrendous. A lot of people say that having a baby will ruin your body, but for me, it just justified the stretch marks I already had. Guys, I was a big kid, so I've looked like one of them Sigmund and Roy white tigers with my clothes off since the junior high. I got stripes, y'all. That's why I had the baby. This way, when people make fun of my stretch marks, I can be like, this body brings life. What does yours do, asshole? That's what I do now when men give me a hard time. I'm like, bitch, you ever drink your own milk? Right? Because the truth is, most men have drank their own milk. But they don't want to talk about it in public. It's not true. I didn't have the baby to justify the stretch marks. I had him as more of like a hold my beer baby. You know, I had him for spite. I had a miscarriage. It was like, oh, I'm not going to have children? Fuck you, universe. Message received, challenge accepted. Right, so now here's me, single, in my late 30s, wanting to have a baby. And everyone's like, well, what are you going to do? You going to go to the sperm bank? Absolutely not. Go to the sperm bank? You think I'm going to buy sperm? Do I buy bottled water? No, it's free on tap. You have to be a fool to buy sperm. Bring me a blacklight. I'm sure there's some on this microphone right now. Hello, how are you? I'm nursing a baby on stage. Don't freak out. My titties glow. I don't know if you guys have any white friends, but this is normal for us. This is just regular old white people shit. We are the worst. We are, aren't we? Like, oh my goodness. I can't tell you, my parents were so happy when they found out I was having a mixed baby. They were so excited because my parents are very liberal, but they live in an all-white area. So they were just so excited they were going to have a black relative. Right? Seriously, my mom was just going up to black folks in the grocery store like, welcome. So glad you could make it. I was like, stop touching strangers, mother. My mom started trying to learn stuff about black people, and she started coming to me like I was the authority. She was like, so I saw this gentleman of color, and he had very straight hair, and I was wondering, is that a treatment they do? I don't know. I'm still white. What the hell? You think this man downloaded black culture into me with his dick? This is not the Matrix. It's not like I had sex with him and woke up the next morning like, oh, okay, that's who Felicia is. All right. I get you now. Guys, the man who ended up fathering my child is 10 years younger than I am. I cougared the shit out of that guy. I did. He's all young and sexy, a musician and all this. And the night I met him, I told him I wanted to have a baby. And later on, he said that wasn't true. He's like, no, you didn't tell me the night you met you. And I was like, bitch, I've been going up to strangers like, sir, do you hate condoms like I hate condoms? Do I have an offer for you? And I don't normally hook up with younger men because they are terrible in bed. They just are. Men under 30. Like, I'm looking at your little baby face. And he's like, no, I got the moves. No, you don't. They always think they do, right? They've got enthusiasm, I'll give them that. The young men are always like, don't worry, babe, I can do that again in 5 minutes. I'm like, never do that again. It was a terrible thing you did, and you should be ashamed of yourself. Ugh. I will admit, though, I did once bring home a 19-year-old. I know. I found him in a hot tub, finders keepers. I'll be honest. The only reason I took him home is because when we were in the hot tub, he told me he had never been blown. And I thought, this is an opportunity. Right? Because even if I give him the worst blowjob in the world, I'm still going to own this kid. Right? He'll be my minion. I can be like, go forth and bring back Mike and Ike's. Stack time in my kingdom. I love snacks, ma'am. I know skinny bitches don't understand that. Skinny bitches are like, oh my God, snacks. Oh my God. It's normal fat people shit, ma'am. Before we left the house today, I had my friend stuff a bag full of Rice Krispie treats and fruit snacks. Because you know what happens when I get hungry? I eat skinny bitches. And not in a nice way. Not like you try to do, sir. I'm sure you make your best effort. Kat, is there anything more tiring than trying to be polite when you're getting bad head? Right? Oh, you forget to make noise, and then they look at you, and you're like, oh, shit, this is still happening. Right. Let me get back into it. Give me a minute. Just got to shake it off. Yeah, I wouldn't have normally hooked up with a younger man, but I will say that as young as he was, my son's father was pretty damn good in bed. Like, okay, here's the thing, guys, and I know, because I've been a whore for years, right? Like, I've been with literally hundreds of men, and in all that time, I've only ever said a handful of things in bed. You know, like, don't stop, ow, my hair, like, just regular shit. First time I had sex with my son's father, right in the middle of it, and without any control or forethought, I just shouted, that dick dough! I don't even know what that means. It was like he gave me dick Tourette's. I was like, I love you, sorry. It's a terrible thing to say. You don't really have to worry, though. You can say anything to a man during sex, and they'll plow right through it. They will. That's how boners work. You can get any man you want, ladies, any man you want, by staring at him without smiling. It makes him get a shame boner. Just no smile and let your lip twitch a little bit, just... And they're like, why do I like this? What the fuck is going on? Right? And then you own them until they get the poison out. I took a guy home one time, and just as an experiment, right in the middle of sex, I was like, hey, if you give me AIDS, you got to marry me. He was like, deal. Because that is how dicks work. Oh my God, he's falling asleep on this boob right now. It's so sweet. He's got a mouthful of teeth now, though. That's less sweet. He's only 9 months old, and he's got a mouthful of teeth. I'm trying to nurse him till he makes it to a year. You know what the craziest part is I used to enjoy a bit of nipple biting, you know? I used to like a little rough. Now I've got fucking PTSD. As soon as he gets his mouth near me, I'm like, snapping all the time. So you guys, this is crazy, but I had this baby on purpose. On purpose, sir. It's not as sexy as it sounds. It's not. When you try to have a baby on purpose, at first it's fun because you're like, we can come everywhere. No condoms, it's great. But then when you don't get pregnant right away, it gets real discouraging. You know, and it's hard to fail at something most people do accidentally. I feel like I spent first part of my life trying so hard not to get pregnant. Well, I didn't really try that hard. I didn't, but there was a lot of times in the back of my head I was like, damn, I hope I don't get pregnant. It's hard. It's a hard effort, and I know it was harder on him than me, right? Because he's got to get it up. All I got to do is lay there. And he'd try and psych himself up. He'd be like, I'm coming for you. My soldiers are ready. I'm like, we're calling your sperm soldiers now? I eat those motherfuckers. How tough can they be? I don't even chew. I know, I was no help. No help. He'd be on top of me like, I'm going to put a baby in you. And I'd be like, oh my God, the shower can be a brunch? So we finally got pregnant. And then he left me. Yeah, he took off. And let me tell you what, that pissed me right off. You do not break up with me when I am pregnant, okay? Because I can't do any of my breakup shit when I am pregnant, right? I can't get drunk, can't get arrested, can't get laid. Like, I mean, I could get laid. Men are disgusting. Everyone can get laid. But can you imagine the logistics of that? Where do you have sex with a stranger who wants to lick a pregnant lady's asshole? Right? You can't take him to your home. It's not safe to go to the murder palace he clearly lives in. Not about to shell out for a hotel room I'm only going to use for 20 minutes, right? Not hosting a slumber party here. So here's the thing, guys. I wasn't about to go through an entire pregnancy without experiencing pregnancy sex because I heard it was amazing. So I called up an ex and I boned him. I did. I had him come over. Turns out he's a flat earther now. Yeah, but he brought ice cream, so whatever. It's fine. Did him anyway. And it turns out pregnancy sex is amazing. It's almost too good. Like, I thought I was going to die. I was like, stop, you got to stop. Because I thought I was going to die. Like, it felt too good, sir. And can you imagine the chatter at the funeral? Oh, my God. It's so sad. Hailey's dead. What happened? She was stabbed. Oh, no. By a dick. What? Is he here? Get his number. Guys, here's the thing. It's okay that he left me. I just wish he'd waited till I'd had the baby, you know what I mean? Because I don't really want to be in a committed relationship for the rest of my life. I'm a bit of a dick collector, a connoisseur, if you will. Okay? I like to experience different kinds of dick. I even boned an Amish dude one time. I did. I mean, to be fair, I didn't know he was Amish at the time. I thought he was a hipster. He had the hat and the beard. How do I know? The only way I found out he was Amish is because when we were having sex, he was spanking me, but like too hard. I was like, why are you so angry? And he was like, oh, sorry, I'm Amish. And then I couldn't stop laughing because I was like, dude, you're turning my butter right now. That's how the Amish do. So as we said, guys, my son's father is black, obviously. And if you want to figure out which one of your friends are racist, get left by your black boyfriend while you're pregnant. that brings them right out of the woodwork. They're not even in the DMs, just commenting on my wall and shit on Facebook. Hey, heard what happened. Let me know if you need anything. P.S. That's what happens with those people. If I need anything, I'm going to need you to be less racist. What the fuck, man? Like, my son is black. What does it matter with you? It's so weird. It's very weird being a white woman with a half-black child. Because I think I'm a little defensive, quite honestly. Like 2 or 3 times now, someone has come up to me in public and been like, your son has the most beautiful skin. He's a baby. That's how you compliment adults. Your skin is as soft as a baby. What the hell are you talking about? Your child has beautiful skin. I'm like, either you're being racist or you're about to make him into a lampshade. Get out of my face. Guys, when I was pregnant, I was still touring as a comedian, so I did a lot of medical exams in a lot of different regions and places. Like, there was a lot of people in my lady parts. Like, I probably should have got a guest book for my vagina. There was just, I don't even remember everybody that's been in there at this point. And, you know, I know a lot of women, they get used to the exams during pregnancy, but I never did. I was completely uncomfortable the whole time, every time a doctor got up in my lady parts, which is weird because I'm perfectly comfortable with, like, laborers, musicians, artisans, a chef or two, whatever. I think it's something about bringing last names into the equation that makes me uncomfortable, right? I had some medical exams down here in North Carolina. That was weird for someone who's from New York originally. You guys are a little too polite in a medical environment. I had a nurse kiss me on the head. At one point, I told my doctor about a complaint, and he was like, well, I'll pray on it. Couldn't we just Google it, doctor? That's the South for you, though. I spent part of my pregnancy in Scotland. That was a bad idea. Scotland is a very humid place, and pregnancy is already a very moist time in a woman's life. I had third-degree chub rub on 40% of my thighs. I love Scotland, though. Scotland's full of badass people. I don't know if y'all have ever been over there, but they're amazing people. Right, the first time I was there, I went to a pound shop, which is like their dollar store, and I saw a father with his 2 children in the shop. And he had like one kid that was walking and one in a stroller. And the one in the stroller had a full set of teeth on him, and he was just yelling, "Ah!" Like Braveheart, you know? But the one that could walk and talk was even better because he was cursing him out. He was like, "Right, you cunt, you spend all the money on pints. We're surely starved now." I was like, did that baby just say cunt in the store? I am moving here. This is the place for me. I had kind of a weird medical phenomenon when I was in Scotland, and here's another piece of information for you young bitches if you decide to have kids, right? There is a period during your pregnancy where the child can straighten out their body in such a way that your baby bump completely disappears. It's scary as fuck, okay? Like, I went to the hospital in Scotland with the complaint of a demon stole my baby. What can we help you with, ma'am? A demon stole my baby in the night. Right, that's what I was there for. But I got to say, they gave me a sonogram, and it turned out really awesome because during the sonogram, the woman found my son's penis, and she actually jumped back because she was so frightened by the size of it. I cannot describe the pride I felt as a mother, right? I was like, my motherfucking son's not even born yet, and he's dick-scaring bitches. What? Watch out, world! It's coming for you. As a pothead, guys, the hardest thing about being pregnant for me was that the whole time, I couldn't get high. Just like no matter how much I smoked, nothing happened. It was very expensive. It was. See, here's the thing. I have a naturally meaty vagina. You know, I do. It's very naturally meaty. And I used to be very paranoid about my body. When I was younger, I was like, ew, I'm so fat. Don't look at me, you know. But then I started watching porn, and I was like, oh, no, skinny bitches, they got nothing on me. Right? First of all, I'm more practical, ma'am. Think about it. Right? I could carry you to safety. I could keep you warm. I'm like a tauntaun, but I smell better. Right? Plus, skinny bitches, you only have 2 titties. I got 6. Arm titties, back titties, titty titties. Boom. Do the math, bitches. And I used to be real uptight about my body, but when I watched porn, I realized that all skinny bitches have the same vagina. Every last one of them. They do. Thank you for that one clap from the chubby lady in the back. She's like, suck it, skinny bitches. Eat a burger, whore. That should be fat girl porn, just skinny bitches eating wings but no napkins. They're like, excuse me, can I get a napkin? Sure, I'll be right back. And then you never come back. Lick it, bitch. But when I started watching porn, I realized all skinny bitches have the same vagina. It's plain, it's angry, it's severe. It looks like the mouth of a librarian, just shh. Right, that's not appealing. But I'm a big bitch, so mine's got layers to it, you know? It's like a whole face down here. It's like a jowly old man. Just right? It's like Walter Matthau, but with the spirit of Bernie Mac. Just, come on, America! Vagina's fancy. It is. It's like it's got its own proscenium arch down there. It's just ruffles and lace. It's prom night every night in my pants. I can always tell when I'm with a guy and I'm his first big girl because they're like, this is amazing. I'm like, I know, it's a vagina within a vagina, and it grabs on, and it has a pillow top. I've heard it. This thing is fancy. All right, skinny girls, you guys have like the Honda Civic of vaginas. Does the job, gets you from point A to point B. But mine's like a custom van. All right, captain's chairs, double tuck, diamond tuck upholstery. There's cup holders everywhere. The disco ball. And dudes get in there and they're like, wait, this goes all the way back. We can sleep in here. This is crazy. Yeah. It's like really nice. I love having a meaty vagina. And here's the thing, guys. It's not just fancy. It's evolutionarily advanced. It is, because my vagina is so meaty that it's an anti-assault vagina. Right? You can't sneak up on me in some alley and hope to penetrate me. Right? You'll be down there all day like, well, where does this even begin and end? There doesn't seem to be an opening here at all. It's like when you try to eat a fruit roll-up and then it folds over on itself and you're like, well, son of a bitch. Guess we're just going to have to eat it like this. Yeah, so I have a naturally meaty vagina, is my point. But when you're getting ready to give birth, that thing just puffs up like a pool toy. Right? I swear to God, my vagina looked like two BK croissant witches holding hands. They were like, listen, the birth's going to be kind of painful. I'm like, I don't think it is. I think he's going to slide right out. I think I could put an adult back up in there right now. I could be a hideout, like you're trying to lay low for a while, give me a call. I got a nice warm spot for you. I'm on the run from the law. Quick, jump in. Seriously, I had the baby. I had a big baby. I had myself a nearly 10-pound baby. And when he was born, he was real strong and broad-shouldered. He picked his head up right away to look around the room. So now I'm in a delivery room, and everyone's going, well, he sure doesn't look like a newborn. He sure doesn't look like a newborn. Bitch, you just ripped him from my no-no spot. Like, how intense is my sleight of hand game if I just switched him out? Where was I even hiding the larger infant? Come on now. Use your head. Oh, you know, when you have a baby, they tell you no intercourse for 6 weeks. And I got to tell you, right up to 5 weeks and 6 days, I was like, I'm never having intercourse again. It was like a Frankenginer. I was like, Lord, what have they done to me? Plus, just the idea of anything, because, you know, before you have a baby, you're like, yeah, beat that pussy, but, you know. And after you have a baby, you're like, it's very tender. Please don't breathe on it. You don't even want to have to go potty. You're like, bring me the spray bottle. Something cooling. Do you have some aloe? And then 6 weeks, I was like, oh, business as usual. Got to make some calls. Let me get on the texter. I can tell you, when I healed up, the first person I texted was my high school crush. I texted, because here's the thing, it hadn't been a while since I texted him, because I texted him when I wanted to have the baby, because I figured maybe he'd be my sperm donor. But how do you do that, right? How do you ask someone to have a baby with you, and if they say no, still be friends with them? Because it's embarrassing, right? So this is what I did. I just sent him a text that said, hey, you want to be my baby daddy? I'm only half kidding. And then I added the emoji that looks like Miley Cyrus. So that he would know I was half kidding. And he texted back, I'm not ruling anything out. And then I never heard from him again. So, guys, when I had this baby, I was in labor for 58 hours. Yeah, no, that's a long labor. That is a long labor. And you know how I got through it? I destroyed a medical student. I did. I'm not the kind of gal that would usually let a med student stay in the room when I'm having like a below-the-waist exam. But this kid looked so uncomfortable, I was like, oh, Tim stays. Mm-hmm. They're like, we're going to check your cervix. I'm like, where's Tim? Get him in here. Front row seat, save for Tim. He was so young. I'm pretty sure that mine was his first in-person vagina viewing. Yeah. And you have to consider, here I am, late 30s, overweight, 10 months pregnant, and I'm a Jew, so my pubes are weird. They grow straight out with like a crick at the end. Nothing's been trimmed. I got like some salt and pepper action. I look like a mangy calico down there. You're like, that poor cat, put it out of its misery. I need that. So when it came time to actually have the baby, I was ready. I wanted the baby out. On the first push, everyone in the delivery room started clapping and cheering. like a whole round of applause. It was very upsetting. I didn't see it coming. Like the minute I started pushing, they were like, woohoo! So when I was done pushing, I was like, what the fuck was that? They're like, oh, we're encouraging you. I'm like, no. We don't shout at people while they give birth. No. It's not appropriate. We don't clap and cheer during the birth. No clapping and cheering, okay? Second push, room is silent. I look around, I notice Tim in the corner like a folded umbrella. So mid-push, sounding for all the world like Macho Man Randy Savage. I was like, Tim, you should see your face right now, buddy. He jumped 3 feet straight in the air, fell on the floor, everyone burst out laughing. I was like, now clap and cheer, motherfuckers, come on. They don't know how it's done. Being a parent is a lot of pressure. It really is. You don't want to fuck it up, right? You don't want to screw it up. I ran into a friend from high school a few weeks ago, and he just had a couple of kids himself, and we had a nice chat. And then as we were parting ways, he was like, hey, by the way, be careful when you discipline him, because whatever you do to him now will be his fetish when he's an adult. Well, gross. And I was going to brush it off, but then I realized he's right. My parents used to choke the shit out of me. Think about it. Like a whole generation loves to be spanked, right? And then I got real freaked out because I started thinking about these young kids, these millennials, like these two in the front here. You guys didn't even get real punished. You grew up with timeouts. Now that's a messed up fetish, right? I can only come on a tiny chair in the corner. Babe, come to bed and set the timer for 3 minutes. Like, seriously, I have like a sixth sense for when he's waking up, and it freaks my mom out. I think she thinks she's going deaf. Because I'll like jump up from the table and be like, baby's awake. She's like, what? No, what? How? What? How? She can't, he hasn't cried yet. I just fucking know. My ovaries call out to him, sir. His brothers in my ovaries. You watch a lot of porn, sir? He's got, I ask just because he's got the kind of haircut that says no. Right? He's got the kind of haircut that's like, I volunteer to drive the bus for the Mormons. Right? But his girlfriend's over here with her ripped jeans, and she looks a little trashy, okay? Like, not trashy, like not hooker on the street trashy, but definitely not dating a fucking Mormon, okay? Do you watch porn, or is that against your religions? The answer is yes, because if the answer was no, he would have just been like, nope, but he wasn't. Instead, he was like, So yes, it's okay, sir. I watch a lot of porn too, and I've learned a lot, right? Taught me to love my body. Taught me a lot of good shit. Taught me I'm a bad feminist. Yeah, I didn't know, guys. I didn't know I had a problem with women, but someone pointed out to me that the porn I watch is not healthy. Because I don't like that regular stuff. I like the creepy stuff. I don't even need nudity if there's enough shame. Yeah, I'm one of those, sir. Like, I hate blowjobs and I hate blowjob porn, but if you got like one lady holding another lady's head on a dick, and then that lady's crying and turning purple, and I'm like, yeah! Get her. It's not right. I'm working on it. I'm working on it, guys, but apparently feminism doesn't come natural to me. So what I've decided to do in the meantime, while I try to fix it, is to make a gesture for all womankind and go out into the world and rape a rapist. It's a public service, and it's not going to be easy. I'm a big bitch. They're going to run. But I'm going to catch them and flip them over and just stuff my clit inside them real angry, right? It might not hurt, but it'll be humiliating. And they'll have to go back to their rapey hangout with their rapey buddies like, this is stupid and I don't want to do it anymore. Do that for my skinny bitches. Should we talk about blowjobs, guys? Wait, time. Ladies, really? Really? So weird to me when I'm like blowjobs and chicks are like, yeah, no, bitch, no. I hate blowjobs. And every now and then I do meet a woman who's like, no, I love sucking dick. And I'm like, no, bitch, you're broken. That's impossible. Somebody hurt you, okay? There's no way you were born wanting a room temperature sausage wedged into your throat. I just need a man to hold still so I can see how long I can not throw up in his lap. No! It's a horrible thing to have to do. So I've developed a strategy, y'all. I just give real shitty ones and hope I don't get invited back. And not just lazy, I mean like aggressively, traumatically bad. Just teeth and growling like, ah! They look at me, I give them the tiki god eyes like the Polynesian Review at Disney World, just... It's a good time, too, because most men won't pull a dick bag out of your mouth no matter what. But they do tremble quite a bit. Rah! Guys, these days I'm pretty much retired from blowjobs. I generally won't suck a man's dick unless it's medium or smaller. You know what I mean? It's got to fit in my mouth with a sandwich if you want service. Gotta consolidate, because otherwise we're cutting into my nap time and I won't have it. I pretty much retired from black dick altogether. That's just too much dick, y'all. Oh my goodness. I don't know if you white ladies have been with a black man, but you are missing out if you haven't. In fact, if you haven't, it's almost like you don't even know that you like dick in the first place. Like if you say that you like men, but you've never been with a black man, that's like saying you like Italian food, but you've been eating out of like ravioli in a can. Like if you went to the dick grocery store, black dick would be the truffles. Shit is good. It can be a little intimidating, though. Like, when black guys want me to suck their dick, they whoop it out. I get that feeling in my stomach, like when I had to climb the ropes in gym. I can tell by looking I can't do it. They're like, it's still important that you try. Are you going to suck it? I just did. I always tell white people, guys, because I grew up around only other white people. So I was a grown-ass woman the first time I met a black man. And I'm so glad that I did, because holy shit, they are amazing. They are. The first time I ever had sex with a black guy was a little confusing because of cultural differences, you know? Like right in the middle, he was like, whose pussy is this? And I was like, I'm going to ignore that. I'm not trying to get in an oral contract with a stranger. Right? But he didn't stop. He just kept going, more angry. He was like, whose pussy is this? I was like, fee-fi, I don't know. Technically, it's mine, but you're using it. You should, though. Have you ever been with a black guy? No, these southern white girls, you're so goofy and racist. They're amazing. Their dicks are huge. They smell like coconuts. Stop fucking around. Ugh. I can't even get with white dudes anymore. They're just, I can't. Their penises are so cute and pink. White dudes, your penises looks like somebody shaved a hamster and then woke it up with a flashlight. How rude. They're just so precious, so precious. Guys, I tried internet dating after my baby daddy left. I learned a lot about myself. I found out that I have a little bit of racism in my heart. I know. I'm not happy about it either, guys. Here's how I found out. I was scrolling through pictures on OkCupid. I'm old. Scrolling through pictures on OkCupid, and there was a picture of a black guy, and next to it, it said, likes children. But I read it fast, and I thought it said, likes chicken, and in my head, I was like, duh. That's racism. Internet dating is such a waste of time, though. Like, men are so out of their minds. I had a guy message me, and he was like, hey, you're pretty cute. You're not too crazy, are you? Well, I'm trawling for dick on the internet at 5 a.m. I'm not crazy. Maybe you shouldn't be so picky, Gandalf 316. Head back to the Shire, Hobbit lover. It's just hard, too, because I'm getting close to 40, and for some reason, men my age, sometimes their dicks don't work. And there is nothing more disappointing than trying to go out for dick and ending up with nachos and chat. And you just go on a date, get fingered like a 13-year-old all night. I'm like, well, sir, I'm sure you're a bass player, and we're all real impressed. Where's the dick? Like, it got so bad that I started enjoying dick pics. You know what I mean? Like, I required them. Before, I didn't like a dick pic. It's a lot of pressure, right? A man sends you a picture of his penis, and you have to figure out a way to not destroy his ego. I would just pretend to be afraid of it. I'm like, oh, no. That'll never fit. Right? It doesn't work so well now that I have a baby. People are like, didn't you have a 10-pound baby? I should probably bring more dicks, if anything, right? That's always been the way I am, and it's weird because I come out on stage, and I imagine that over the years I've had some very confused one-night stands that picked me up at a comedy show where I was shouting about my vagina. Then they get me home, and I'm like, I've never done this before. Dick pics. You know what's weird is a lot of times guys want to watch women play with themselves, right? But I don't masturbate cute, guys. I do not. I can give you like a real reenactment. It's real angry and quiet. It's a violent race against the clock when I masturbate. All right, I got to finish it where my hand turns into a claw and I can't continue. It's very angry. And people, men will be like, hey, I want to watch you play with yourself. I'm like, no, you don't. But let's do this. Why should I be the only one with this picture in my head, right? And I don't do it cute. I'm not like a Girls Gone Wild video. I'm not in the shower somewhere with my foot up like, No. No, real angry when I do it. Just hold my breath, just fiddle the crap out of that bean, and then at the end I go, ah! Slam my hand up against the wall to open it for next time. I didn't realize until halfway through that joke that it wasn't really going to work with the baby on. I was like, how am I going to act out my masturbation? I can't do it proper because it is violent. I didn't used to be a good masturbator, guys. I envy men in that department because I feel like boys learn to masturbate because one day they bump into their couch and they're like, wait a minute. I had to hump the side of my tub for years before I figured this thing out. Vaginas are complicated, and I'm real good at it now. My personal best is 12 times in 7 minutes. Yeah, right? I should have a game show. The masturbation challenge. You get people to masturbate, but somewhere unsexy. Like, see who can come first, but on the floor of a slaughterhouse. What I'm talking about? Ben Stein could host it. That'd be good. Win Ben Stein's vagina. I used to live in Fairbanks, Alaska. I'll take it. Now, y'all, that's my sugar bear. He used to live in Fairbanks, too. He's got his whole family over there. Yeah, we got a hero in the room and his family in the back there. I met him when I was touring military bases. I think I was going to tell a story, actually, about being... Oh, no, in El Salvador is when I boned that dude. Never mind. Ernie. Good times. I'm a patriot, y'all. I don't believe in guns, but I do believe in boning as many enlisted men as possible. Yeah, I didn't bone that one. He's married. But I boned a lot of them. Enough that I started making up names for them. I was like, you're George now. Shut up. I had to sleep sometime, but I got as many of it as I could. I did. Ah, that was good times. I like boning a military man, you know? And see, here's the thing, guys. I might be like a 6 in Raleigh, but on a remote military base, I'm a fucking 12. Yeah. They're like, what? It's got a warm hole? That's because that's how men are. I don't know if you know that. Like women, like you, ma'am, this lady over here, you look like you did a lot of work before you came here. You're like, I'm going to look nice tonight. You don't need to. Men are disgusting. They will microwave a cantaloupe and have sex with it. You're wasting your damn time. Like, you could literally be a monster, and as long as you had a warm, moist, soft spot, some guy would come along and put his dick in there. So just love yourself. You are enough, I promise. I need to get my eyebrows threaded. No, you don't. No, you don't even have to wipe after you take a shit. Like, they don't even care. As I always tell young women when they're like, I don't know, I think he's gross. I'm like, look, if he tries to suck your toes, fuck him. Because those dudes are disgusting. Any man that's like, I just want to suck your toes, he's coming home with me. You cannot ruin that guy's boner. You could fart in his mouth and he's like, it's cool, baby, let me just get a drink of water. I gotta tell you, when I was younger, I used to get real weirded out by like the stuff men would yell at me on the street. Because here's the thing, I moved from Fairbanks, Alaska to New York City. Yeah, my friends were like, you gotta be careful in that big city. Someone might slip you something and have their way with you. I was like, well, they must have some ambitious rapists down there. What are you gonna do, slip me a roofie, go get your hand truck, pull the van around? Call an accomplice? I'm at least a 2-man job. And it's a wasted effort. All you need is the van and maybe some cupcakes. I would go. I just love snacks. Guys, here's the thing. I think that rape is probably the most cowardly and ridiculous crime there is, right? It doesn't involve any skill. There's no profit in it. You know, it's not like you can't Jean Valjean a rape. You can't be like, oh, my sister's kids were starving, so I had to. Right? And it doesn't require any skill. I could rape anybody, anytime, any place. All you have to do is yell, tickle fight! Right? And then you can do whatever you want, and everyone's like, it's fine, they know each other. It's fine. Here's the thing, guys. I know I don't look it, but I am a Jew. Like, it's the South, and you guys are like, wait, is she kidding? No, I'm a Jew. I know, I tricked you with my blonde hair and my blue eyes and my 6'2" stature. It makes no sense that I'm a Jew because I look like what Hitler was trying to make, right? Like, this is the final solution right here. This is everything he wanted. And I think it's a shame that I wasn't alive during the war because I could have been the Harriet Tubman of the Holocaust, right? Could have saved so many lives. I might have even been able to seduce Hitler, hate fuck him to death. Because I do a lot of Kegels, y'all. I do. I could definitely break a dick with no hands. Yeah, just give him the old Hailey smash. It's the perfect crime because I could call the SS on myself. Like, I don't know, I coughed and then he bled out. Didn't realize it was going to be such a delicate area. Ladies and gentlemen, I am a squirter. I am. I'm very proud of that fact. Thank you. Far too young of a man to appreciate that. That was adorable. He's like freaking 22 over here. He's like, yeah, you don't even know what that means. Go home and Google it. As a lady squirter, I used to be really paranoid about it. Like, guys would try to go down on me, and I'd be like, ew, why? Gross, get away. And now it makes me feel powerful, you know? Now I try to catch the mist and throw it, make a rainbow. I can't do what men do and make hotel rooms into crime scenes, you know, hit walls and stuff like that. Just Lady of the Mist. Yeah. I'm very proud of being a squirter, but I'll tell you what, guys, I never tell men that before I take them home. I know. I like an honest response. Yeah. So far, my favorite one looks like this. Dude, did you just piss on my face, bro? technically a little bit. Don't be such a baby. Guys, I kind of like reverse part of that joke, so you don't have to laugh, but I just have to say it differently real quick. Guys, I used to be really, now I'm proud of being a squirter. It makes me feel powerful. Like, I can't do what men do and hit walls and turn hotel rooms into crime scenes, but I do try to catch the mist and throw it to make a rainbow. Okay, here's the thing. It's weird being a big bitch, right? Being a big bitch is weird for a couple of reasons. For some reason, it makes people assume I'm a lesbian. They're like, she's man-sized, she must do man things. And I can't even get mad because I know I exhibit a lot of the traits of a lesbian. You know, I'm wearing rainbow Crocs right now. I own a ladder. That's pretty gay. What hurts my feelings is when I tell someone I'm not gay and I can tell they don't believe me. They make the same face I make when I offer a fat guy dessert, and he's like, oh, no, I don't care for sweets. You sure look like you do, fatty. Come on. Sometimes it gets to the point where people insist that I must be gay. They're like, no, you're clearly gay. And I'm like, but why? Like, there's nothing I can do. Like, I could have a guy on stage and give him one of my shitty blowjobs, and they would still go home and be like, oh, my God, we saw this lesbian, and she was eating a man. It was terrifying. It's bad. It's just like it's just what happens when you're a big girl. One of the cool parts is that because I'm a big bitch, men are afraid of me, which means I don't get dumped. Right? Men don't break up with me. They just lay still, wait for me to get bored and wander off. You know, like a bear attack. No one has to get hurt. Right? Guys, in my whole life, I've only ever been dumped once. But it was a pretty memorable dumping because I got dumped by a black Republican. Yeah, that's like getting dumped by a unicorn. I was like, you can't break up with me, sir. I don't even believe in you. I think the weirdest part about being a big girl is it means I attract tiny men. Just itty-bitty little petite fellas. They're like, I'm going to scale you like a mountain. I'm like, sir, if you want to live in my backpack during the zombie apocalypse, I can feed you some raisins over my shoulder, try to keep you safe. Can't have sex with them, but I don't wake up on top of a tiny corpse. Right? Little claw marks where he tried to get out but didn't make it. The last thing I need is for a man to die underneath me. You know what I mean? Here's the thing. I have nightmares about having sex with a little guy and having him slip inside me and disappear. Just like muffled screams and nothing. And then for 3 days, helicopters are circling. And his family comes with flowers. Very awkward. I said the last thing I need is for a man to die having sex with me. Like, I already feel like I'm kind of a freak of nature. But if I actually kill a man with my vagina, dudes are going to be lined up in front of my house selling T-shirts and shit. They're going to have a booth out there. I survived the ride. I don't want to be the sexual equivalent of skydiving. You know what I mean? You guys, I have like reverse body dysmorphia, okay? Like, body dysmorphia is when a skinny girl sees herself in the mirror and thinks she's fat. I have the opposite problem. Okay, I'm a big bitch that dresses like I don't know I'm a big bitch, right? Like, I'm wearing jeggings right now. I strut around with like my midriff showing. It's probably very upsetting for the general public. But I'm very vain for a big girl. And you have to understand that to my eyes, that I look good. And then I'll see a picture and I'm like, who's the fatty wearing my tube top? She looks ridiculous. I feel bad for skinny. It's got to be tough, right? It's got to be tough being a skinny bitch. Is it scary? Like, I could just push you off a train platform and just shove her right off. People be like, what was that? It was nothing. I've seen little bitches. They're so tiny, I could just scoop them up under my arm and walk away with them. What are they going to do? Kick and scream? I'm like, oh, she needs a nap. She's fine. She'll be fine. Guys, back in the day, this is in the internet dating vein, I was about to go on a date with a guy, and he was like, hey, I just need you to know that if I'm going to take you as my new lover, I have genital herpes. I was like, cool, don't have to worry about it because I'm never going to sleep with you. Part because I don't want genital herpes, and part because you just said, take me as a lover. Who talks like that? What are you, a Saturday Night Live character? Get the hell out of here. I will take you as my lover. No, you will not, sir. You will never do that. And the thing was, is he didn't just let it go after that. He started trying to hard sell me herpes, like a used car salesman. He's like, well, statistically speaking, by the year 2019, 83% of the population. I was like, what the fuck, dude? Like, I'm not trying to get a bargain on herpes, okay? Like, buy now while the price is low. Get a good clinic. Just going to go ahead and keep not having it. How about that? Just going to not have herpes. Here's the thing about relationships, guys. I would like to be in a relationship, but it's hard for me to stay in a relationship because I want my asshole licked. Like, I want it. I got to have it, but I don't want to have to ever talk to that guy ever again. Like, I don't even want him touching my stuff on his way out. I'm like, I will hold the door, sir. Okay. Please just go. Right? It's because it's just, I don't want him sorry, the baby's all on my titty and I fucked it up. I don't want to have to ever talk to that guy again. I'm like, please, sir, just go. I will get the door. It's a horrible thing to do, but it's a great power move. Like, if you're in a relationship and your man licks your butthole, he can never hurt you again. Right? He could be like, you're a fat, stupid whore. And I'm like, well, you made out with my butt, so I guess I'll win. Better watch your mouth or I'll tell your mother what you did, you filthy animal. But it's a double-edged sword, right? Because you got to be in a relationship for other kinds of butt stuff, in my opinion anyway. I know if you guys are big into anal, but it is a process. It's a skill. Relationships are a double-edged sword because I feel like you got to be in a relationship for some butt stuff, you know? Anal sex is not one-night stand territory. It's too complicated. It's a lot like cooking meth, you know? You got to complete a seminar on cross-contamination. You got to eat yogurt the day before. It's a process. It is. It is. But I will say this. I'm in a relationship now, again, and I'm thinking I might try fisting. Thinking about it, guys. And I got to tell you, that's a big step for me, because before I wouldn't even let a guy put a second finger in me. You know, I was like, hey, don't be banging out my top meat and ruin it for the next guy. But now I'm like, hey, you break it, you bought it, motherfucker. Hey, you're ruining my fisting joke. Jeez. Okay, guys, it's about time to wrap this up because it's my snack time. Yes, don't try to be supportive, skinny bitches. Don't do that. Skinny bitches are always like, right on, snack time. You don't even know what that word means. I've got pretzel sticks in my pockets. Here's the thing, I hate skinny bitches. I do, and I want y'all to know that as much as I hate you, and it is a lot, okay, it's not because I envy you. That's what they always think. They're always like, oh, poor sad fat girl. No, screw you. I eat whole cakes whenever I want. It's a great life being me. And it's probably hard to be skinny. Look, it probably hurts her just to sit down. She's got to cling to this Mormon dude when it gets windy. But I think the roughest part of being a skinny bitch is they get judged more, you know? Like a skinny girl, she can only sleep with 2 or 3 guys, and then everyone thinks she's a whore. That would never happen to me. I can sleep with whoever I want, and everyone's like, well, good for you.